Bored. Okay, let's start over. Just pretend you didn't see that part. Good evening, Manhattan. Guess who's here? That's right. Hasn't been here in a very long time. That's right. It's the Kirk Spiritual TV Cougar. You're a power animal, reminding you that you're powerful, you're important, and you are immortal. Shakti, namaste. Oh, off and running to a good start already. Okay, this is my How to Be Sexier or Sexy for Guys show. Now, what do you mean by that, Uncle Kirk, as you hide the mic? What you mean is how to be like a gay guy that's sexy for guys, guy on guy. No, it means all guys who want to be sexy for whatever your chosen gender preference is, this show's for you. So no, it's not how to be sexier for guys, be sexy to a guy. It's guys, how to be sexy. Now, we have been on the air for 15 years, and we only talk about spiritual stuff. But since we've run out of show topics, and usually in August, we usually just do UFO shows because it's kind of like nothing's really going on. 2 weeks in August. Last week, our computer was down due to 6 planets in retrograde. And if you watched, actually, I just talked to Kenny from Dallas for 27 minutes, actually. Hi, Kenny, if you're out there. Who's ever watching on the show tonight, you can give me a call in about 10 minutes after I introduce the show at 212-245-7273. But we have really spiritual, supernatural, mystical, magical, metaphysical, all on topic. Politics, really not on topic ever on this show. Never. But you know what I think after studying metaphysics? I think the point is a lot of New Age people are kind of like, oh, I just, I want to be spiritual and I want to purify and be totally pure spiritually. And I don't really think that. I thought that in my 20s and 30s, like purify. But the point of the matter is, if you're only being spiritual all the time, first of all, it's kind of fake because nobody can be really Jesus and Mother Teresa, and that's about it, and maybe Oprah. You know what I mean? Like, because Oprah can afford to be, because she never gets her hands dirty, so she just sits around and I'm Oprah, okay. And now she's working with Deepak, so she's putting out all this spiritual stuff because she doesn't really want to do a talk show anyway. But I think that really after studying metaphysics, and by the way, you guys all know I just had my 34 years clean and sober, and if you've been watching the show, I talk about recovery and spirituality and stuff like that. But what I think is, I think it's a mix, because somebody made a point, and when you hear a spiritual truth, you kind of like sticks in your mind and you don't forget it. And this one talk I heard of the hundreds of thousands of books and audio podcasts and everything about spirituality, metaphysics, and mystical magical experience is the guy said, well, the material world is the point. And if you're really disdaining the material world constantly, like, oh, I don't engage in any material anything, I'm just a spiritual person, well, you're missing the point. You took a body for a reason. So we have the sensual world, we have the world of illusion, and then we came here to integrate and be spiritual and creative here. And so I think the body is a point. And so we haven't really done enough shows on how do you take care of your body, and how do you accept your body, and how do you get a relationship to your body where it's sexy and spiritual, and you're doing what you want to do, and you maintain your health in a balance, and it's all like all of the above. And to me, that is really cross-managing all of those things and staying sober and clean if you've got those addictions and any kind of addictions. in 2018, just staying on that beam and all of those things balanced, the food, the money, the sex, the health, the relationships, the romance. Did I say the sex? Balancing all that stuff's kind of like one of the most spiritual things you can do is, if you hide yourself away in a monastery or a cave, you're hiding. You know what I mean? You're kind of hiding and you're like, I don't know what else to do, and I'll just like pray and give up, because kind of hiding is kind of giving up. And so to be engaged in the material world is kind of like, it's a hardcore lesson in spirituality, actually. Having said that, I have some sexy things right here for guys. And, I started the show a little late, so I was explaining. The show is not how to be sexier for guys, guy on guy. It's whatever your chosen gender preference is. If you're a straight guy or a gay guy or something in between, bisexual, we're going to show you some sexy things right here for you to be a little more conscious of your body, because this is what I think is sexy. I think humility is sexy. I think honesty is sexy. I think intelligence is sexy. Confidence and a knowledge. And, when somebody really knows something about something that they've committed to, I think that's very sexy. When they are confident and they speak about something that they've really learned. To me, that's kind of like akin to being authentic. And that's really sexy. Like, it's very sexy. Power. That's a power that is just very attractive. So we do have supplements. We have a couple scents, which I've never really done a show just on scents. We always do the supplements, because I've been studying herbal supplements for the last 20 plus years. But let's start you off proper. We got our computer back, and is my tie sticking out? I don't think the tie should stick out on the bottom, right? I need somebody to give me fashion tips too. The sexy show. I don't really think your tie should stick out like that, right? When you're on TV, like it's just kind of like, hey, look at my Johnson. Okay, I didn't just say that, but there's got to be a way to fold it over. Anyways, so let's start the show over. It's a sexy show for guys that want to be sexy, and whoever you want to be sexy for, if there's any women watching this, show it to your man. And unfortunately, I think lesbians are kind of going to have to just watch this one, because this is for guys, okay? And we never do a guy show. It's all about divine feminine, and, we got to promote the divine feminine, and the earth and the animals are feminine. And, I have done a couple shows where I really just talk about, are we recording? Yes, we're good to go. Where we talk about a healthy divine masculinity. Now, Burning Man is coming up, and I've never been to Burning Man, but I have to go at least once, because I'm a shaman, and that's a shaman thing, you know what I mean? And I think it's totally mixed, but for me, I would be going to run around naked and get in the mud with a bunch of guys in a non-sexual kind of male Robert Bly bonding thing. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm going to show penis and not have sex. You know what I mean? A healthy masculine thing. And, it's got to be in my destiny to write a book about healthy masculinity and the divine masculine in relationship to everything else. So, I hope all that makes sense to you, and we're going to take some phone calls. I'm going to tell you about some supplements and some scents, and we're just going to, I think, talk about it the next couple of weeks till September, But let's start you off with, I like to show music, and let's start you off with, on the sexy show, the Howling for You with the Black Eyed Peas. Here we go. Nope. Wait, stop, come back. There we go. Shakti,
name
namaste.
Is Alexa Wolf, a sexy assassin with a troubled past.
All right.
Now, This kitten's all grown up, and the claws are coming out.
I must admit, I can't explain any of these thoughts racing through my brain. It's true.
That's amazing.
Baby, I'm howling for you.
Bad guys beware. She'll bang ya, but then she'll hang ya.
You're welcome.
There's something wrong with this plot. The actors here have not got a clue.
She vowed never to love,
Baby, I'm howling for you.
but when she falls for the same man that killed her father,
Whoa, it's about to go down. Girl, you looking good.
I'm pretty sure God doesn't want priests talking like that.
I'm pretty sure God would consider it a sin not to glorify that ass. We're no different. We're both killers.
I'm not gonna kill you. Yet. I wanna enjoy destroying your life first.
Can't you see? Little girl got a hold on me like glue. Baby, I'm howling for you.
Let me make this very clear. I will get the information that I want if I have to stab it out of you.
Throw the ball to the stick. Swing and miss and catch us mid-strike too. Baby, I'm howling for you.
He wasn't my first love.
Wait, you're saying there was one before?
No. Two.
All right, baby, I'm howling for you. My name's Kirk, and this is my spiritual, supernatural, mystical, and magical TV show. And if you're a guy and you want to learn how to be sexy for a guy or a girl, just give me a call, because we're going to give you some tips. We were just listening to the Black Eyed Peas and howling for you. I'm how to be sexy for you. I want to be sexy for you. So, take a deep yoga breath and get a pen, and you better write these down. If you're watching this on Dailymotion, Vimeo, LinkedIn, or YouTube, which is where I have probably around 300 videos floating around in cyberspace right now of the Kirk Spiritual TV show and spiritual topics. And if you want to know what I do for clients, like as a coach, a medium, a shamanic healer, an interdimensional medium, and a past life reader, you just head on over to kirkspiritual.com. But you get a pen, and I want you to write some of these down, because we're going to go fast, because the time's already going really fast, because it's you and me, Shakti. Okay, so let's go with, first of all, right here, two of my favorite scents. Sensuality of the scents. So, is that the closest we can go? There we go. Let's, okay. You got, right next to the Kirk TV Cougar here, you've got, okay. First of all, you know what? It's not sexy to smell bad. Now, that's not to say all body odor smells bad to me as a gay guy, or even your female partner. A lot of times, even women kind of like, I like a guy to smell like a guy, or I want a combination. So, we're not talking about hygiene, the body stinks type of, that's a turnoff. Like bad feet, a bad sack, you know what I mean? A bad mouth, whatever. That is kind of like unhealthy, and it's not really attractive or sexy, and people don't want to be around that. But if you're not wearing scents, your body should not be repulsive. It should just kind of smell naturally good. Hey, some people, their body from their diet, like vegans, when a person eats all vegan and they stop eating meat, their whole body chemistry changes. And you can really tell a person who eats only vegan. You really can. Their body smells totally different. Oops, Freudian slip. So, And a vegan actually has a completely different aura as well. This is true because I was at Whole Foods once and I was like buying meat. You know, I eat meat on occasion. And I looked at this woman who was checking me out, and I said, she kind of looked at the meat, and I looked at her, and being the psychic that I am, I was like, you're a vegetarian, or you're a vegan? And she goes, I'm a vegan. How did you know? And I said, you could literally see she had a completely, totally different aura. And I could see it. It was palatable. So, you know, if your body really, meat makes your body smell. It gives it kind of this acidic pH to it, which once again, some people like this funky kind of, you know, gym smell. But, you know, if you don't like scents, you know, maybe let your body, you know, make sure it's clean, first of all. But you can use essential oils too if you're not into colognes. Per se, you know, some people find it, I just don't want my lover to smell like anything. But, you know, for me, when I go out and I want to feel sexy or I want to be attractive or feel like I have charisma or like I'm going to be sexy tonight, you know, with somebody, a guy, because I'm gay and you guys all know that, you know, I put on this stuff. And this is an oldie but a goodie, and it's kind of like works the best with my body chemistry. So what you really want to look for in a scent that is not an essential oil, these are just colognes right now tonight. You know, the Drakkar, it makes an impressionable mark. It's not offensive type of cologne. And here's the rule, guys, when you're wearing scents, okay, like a store-bought cologne, put it on below the chest, okay? Most guys, especially guys in their 20s, you know, maybe 30s, they go shh like this. And that is not sexy, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you're kind of pelting somebody with your aroma story, as I heard on Facebook. So you don't want to assault somebody with your aroma story here, okay? So basically, below, so you're going to go shh, 1, 2, 3 spritzes, and you know, then you're going to put your clothes on. So it kind of like invites them into the story rather than, so it's attraction, not promotion. But what happens with the Drakkar, I've noticed with my body chemistry being kind of like dark, black hair, heavy beard, heavy hair, more pheromones, it will mix with your chemistry, and then it really smells great. Not after you just put it on, but it smells the best after you've had it on like half a day or maybe a couple hours at the nightclub or something. And then it mixes, and then it's got this kind of otherworldly, you know, little bit of a man funk, and, you know, pheromones come out, you're dancing, you're in a club or wherever you might be, something like that, or at a restaurant, you're eating, a bar. I don't really go to bars, but, you know, then it starts to smell like intoxicating rather than just a cologne. The same goes true with this one as well. This is Atelier. I never know how to say it. It's a French term. It's Atelier Cologne, but this particular brand, and this one is so totally not cheap. It's called Vetiver. Where's my lights? Where are the lights here? Vetiver Fatale. And this stuff is, it's got, how they make, talk about a cologne is a high note, a middle note, and a low note. That goes for all colognes. And the high note is kind of sweet. This is more like, I mean, first of all, the base is obviously vetiver, if you don't know what that is. It's, gosh, it's an essential oil, and I think it's a wood. I think it's a wood base, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure. The Vetiver Fatale, right now, what am I wearing? I'm wearing, shit, I forgot, so I can't put more on. I think I'm wearing the Drakkar, which is like an oldie but a goodie. It's from like the 70s. So get that pen down because I'm going to be talking about these supplements and you're going to want to know about the names of the supplements and you're going to want to research them yourself. It's kind of a little sweet. It's very, very understated. And, you know, when you're talking about sexiness and sexy power and sexy charisma, what you want to do is you really want to be understated. So once again, now what I originally opened the show up with was I didn't talk about body parts. We're not talking about body parts and, you know, pure bronze and muscles and gym studliness. You know, this is a kind of sexiness that's like charisma, attractivity, that is really like available to anybody. It doesn't matter what your body actually really does look like. Some of the sexiest people I've ever known, I'm not, you know, their bodies were their bodies, but they had a very sexy mind. You know what I mean? Especially being a Gemini, I'm like a triple Gemini. When somebody's like sexy in their mind, I'm just like, yo, bro, where are we going, man? What are we doing? So, you know, this show is not about, you know, how big your, you know, Johnson is below the belt or how hot your ass is or something. That's the obvious, okay? You can go online right now and look at 100 things, you know, and see, like, you know, shit, man, the show went so fast. We have like 7 minutes left. See, I want you to, I downloaded a pic of, what's his name? I don't even know his name. He's sexy and I don't know his name. Nick Jonas. So I was kind of like, I think Nick Jonas is sexy, but, you know, I think he's sexy. Why? Because I don't really know that much about him. I just think he has sexy lips. And I'm like, you know, I'd kiss Nick Jonas. Look at this article. 20 things that make guys sexy as fuck that have nothing to do with looks. Okay? So we're going to have to do a couple weeks about guys and how to be sexy. So we're going to read this article next week because I still want to get to these supplements. The supplements. But here's my last scent tonight, and it's made by a company called Demeter, and it has something called the Fragrance Library. And if you can see this one is the scent of leather. And you can also see that it's my personal thing. There's nothing in here. And you know what? This stuff is very strong, and it just really smells like a new car, a new leather jacket, and it really does smell like leather. Demeter, the Fragrance Library, has like 50 fragrances, like fresh ice cream or rainforest. Like, they have all this stuff. You can buy it on Amazon. I bought it at a local drugstore here. And you put this on, and then you go out, and you don't wear deodorant, but just this under the pits, below the belt, maybe a little bit, like we talked about, you know, and invite people in. It will mingle with your body, and instead of like, oh God, this guy's like, you know, got stinky balls, or this guy's got like, you know, body odor. Once again, like guy for guy, you know, if you date guys, guy for guys don't really, I mean, some guys want everything powdered and fresh and perfumed, which it's not my scene. I like guys to kind of smell like guys, you know, guys I'm dating. I don't want everything all scrubbed, and it's just, I want a little more earthy experience. But if you put on some of this stuff, leather, they're never going to know after an hour. It's just going to smell like really good pit smell. Like, it's going to smell like great body odor. Okay, so let's get to the supplements because we have 4 minutes left. Shucks. Well, time flies when you're having fun. Did anybody want to call me? You know what? We're not really even going to be able to say this. So, you know what? I think I have the whole show written for next week. Check these out. This is Daughter Seed, okay, and you can buy this on Amazon. All of these, 3 of these herbs I had tonight are from a company on Amazon, which I do not have affiliate marketing with or anything. I buy from them personally, and it's very high quality, and you can trust it. It's called Barlow's Herbal Elixirs. And these things are very strong, And, you know, I've been studying herbs and buying herbs for more than 20 years, even closer to 30. And Barlow's is just this high quality stuff. And, you know, you're not also paying an arm and a leg for it. Like, usually when you get more high quality, then they charge you 3 times as much. But this Barlow's is, Barlow's, let's get a close-up of that. Here you go. Let's get you in the light here. Barlow's, can you see it? Barlow's Herbal Elixirs. This is daughter seed. And this was like maybe 20 bucks, which is a reasonable price. But daughter seed is also goes by another name, Cascuda. And Cascuda is known really specifically to affect a couple of things. And yes, below the belt, it will affect you, but it's not herbal Viagra. And then we also have this other one. This one is called Boutea superba. Can you see that? Boutea superba. And this is from Barlow's too, and I never even knew about it. I ordered some Foti root, which we're going to talk about it next week, and they sent me a sample of the Boutea. And so, you know, if you want to go ahead and Google it. In the meantime, gosh, I'm going to have to wrap it up. The other 2 herbs, you know, I'm just going to bring all this stuff back next week and maybe some essential oils. Avena sativa, and basically Avena sativa is milky oat seed. It's green oats. It's basically oat straw. And then we also have a mushroom blend, a magic mushroom. So that is it for us. And next week we're going to talk about all the stuff that makes you sexy as fuck for your partner. And I can't believe it went so fast this week. Okay, guys, we will see you next week. Tune in here every Monday night for the mystical, magical, supernatural, and next week's sexy experience. And I will see you guys next week in the Cyber Temple of Love. Shakti, namaste. City, the universe, and beyond. My name's Kirk, and this is my spiritual, supernatural, mystical, and magical TV show. Welcome tonight. We're going to teach you how to be sexy as fuck for your guy or girl. This is How to Be Sexier for Guys. Thanks for tuning in. Namaste.